Hey everyone, welcome back to Practice English Anytime. I'm Maya.
And I'm Alex. Today we have a very unique perspective for you.
That's right. Today we're going behind the counter to learn what it's like working the drive-thru at an American coffee shop.
Yes, this is another listening practice episode. You'll hear Maya describe her experience working the drive-thru while I ask questions and explain vocabulary.
This gives you a completely different angle on ordering coffee, from the barista's point of view instead of the customer's.
We will cover a typical drive-thru shift, handling the headset, managing rushes, and dealing with tricky orders.
We will also stop from time to time to explain important vocabulary.
So don't worry if you are a beginner. We always speak slowly and clearly.
Just relax and enjoy the conversation.
But before we start, we have a small question for you.
Listen carefully and try to find the answer.
Here is today's question.
In the story, Maya explains the equipment she wears on her head to talk to drive-thru customers. What is this equipment called?
The answer is in the story. If you find it, please write it in the comments below.
Writing your answer in English is great practice, so please try.
All right. Are you ready?
Let's begin.
Maya, you worked the drive-thru at a coffee shop for almost a year. Can you walk us through a typical shift?
Of course. I usually work the morning shift, since that's when the drive-thru is busiest.
Walk us through. Explain something step by step, from beginning to end.
Yes. To walk someone through something means to explain it in detail, one step at a time, almost as if guiding them along a path.
So what happens right when you arrive?
First, I clock in, then I put on my headset.
Headset, the equipment worn on your head with a microphone and earpiece, used to communicate.
Yes, a headset is worn over the ears with a small microphone near the mouth. It lets you hear the customer's order clearly and speak back to them, even with a lot of background noise.
Background noise, the sounds happening in the environment around you, other than the main conversation.
Yes, background noise includes things like passing cars, the espresso machine, or other staff talking. A good headset filters out a lot of that noise.
And what's your role specifically at the drive-thru?
There are usually two roles. One person takes the order at the speaker box, and another person handles the window, taking payment and handing out drinks.
Handles the window, is responsible for the tasks that happen at the drive-thru window?
Yes, to handle something means to be responsible for managing it. Handling the window means dealing with payment, handing over drinks, and any quick questions from customers.
Which role did you usually do?
I actually preferred taking orders. It requires really sharp listening skills, since customers often speak quickly, or their car windows aren't fully rolled down.
Sharp listening skills, the ability to hear and understand things very accurately and quickly?
Yes. Sharp, in this context, means very well developed or precise. Sharp listening skills mean you can catch every word clearly, even in difficult conditions.
Rolled down, the car window is lowered, opened, to allow communication.
Yes. To roll down a window means to lower it, which is important for hearing the customer clearly through the speaker box.
Let's stop here for a moment.
Great start. Let's look at some important words we just heard.
First word, to walk someone through, to explain something step by step, from beginning to end.
Second word, headset. Equipment worn on the head, with a microphone and earpiece used to communicate.
Third word, background noise. Sounds happening in the environment other than the main conversation.
Fourth word, to handle. To be responsible for managing something.
Fifth word, sharp listening skills. The ability to hear and understand things very accurately.
Sixth word, rolled down. A car window that has been lowered, opened.
6 important words. Now let's go back to the conversation. Let's talk about the morning rush.
So let's talk about the morning rush. What's that actually like from your side of the headset?
Intense, honestly. Cars line up around the building, sometimes even out onto the main road.
Line up? Form a queue? One behind the other?
Yes, to line up means to form an orderly row or queue, waiting for their turn. During the rush, cars line up continuously.
How do you keep up with that many orders?
Keep up, maintain the same pace without falling behind.
Yes. To keep up means to stay at the same speed as something demanding, without falling behind or getting overwhelmed.
You develop a rhythm, greeting, listening, repeating the order, confirming, and moving on to the next car, all within about 30 seconds.
A rhythm. A consistent, repeated pattern of actions, almost like a beat in music.
Yes, a rhythm, in this context, means a natural, repeated flow to your actions. Once you develop a rhythm, everything feels smoother and faster.
And what's the standard greeting you use?
Something like, "Good morning, welcome to our drive-thru. What can I get started for you today?"
What can I get started for you? A friendly, common way of asking for someone's order?
Yes, this phrase is a warm, welcoming way of inviting the customer to begin ordering. Very typical in American drive-thrus.
And how do you handle it when someone changes their mind halfway through?
Changes their mind? Decides something different from what they originally said?
Yes. To change your mind means to alter your original decision. It happens constantly at a drive-thru. Someone starts ordering, then switches to something else.
You just stay patient and adjust the order calmly. No big deal.
No big deal. Not a significant problem? Easily manageable?
Yes, no big deal is a very casual, reassuring phrase, meaning something isn't a serious issue. It helps keep the interaction relaxed.
And during the busiest moments, does the line ever back up too much?
Back up, become congested, with cars accumulating faster than they can be served?
Yes. When a line backs up, it means cars are arriving faster than the staff can process orders, causing a longer wait.
Occasionally, yes, especially if there's a large order or a complicated customization. That's when teamwork really matters.
Let's pause here for a moment.
Lots of great rush hour vocabulary. Let's review.
First, to line up, to form an orderly row or queue, waiting for a turn.
Second, to keep up, to maintain the same pace without falling behind.
Third, a rhythm, a consistent, repeated pattern of actions.
Fourth, what can I get started for you? A friendly, common way of inviting an order.
Fifth, to change your mind, to decide something different from what was originally stated.
Sixth, no big deal. Not a significant problem. Easily manageable.
Seventh, to back up, to become congested, with cars accumulating faster than they can be served.
7 great words. Now let's go back. Let's talk about tricky orders and difficult moments.
Now, what are some of the trickiest orders you've had to deal with?
Definitely the highly customized ones. Someone orders a drink with 5 or 6 specific modifications. Extra shots, a specific milk, half sweet, extra hot, no whip.
Highly customized, changed in many specific ways from the standard version?
Yes, highly customized means significantly modified according to personal preference, with many specific changes to the standard recipe.
How do you make sure you get all those details correct?
I always repeat the full order back to the customer, listing every single modification before confirming the total.
Repeat back. Say something again, exactly as it was said, to confirm accuracy?
Yes, repeating back means restating what someone said to make sure you understood correctly. It prevents mistakes, especially with complicated orders.
That's really smart. And what about when someone speaks very quietly or has a strong accent that's hard to understand through the headset?
That happens a lot, honestly. I just ask politely for clarification, rather than guessing.
Clarification? Additional explanation to make something clearer or more understandable?
Yes, asking for clarification means politely requesting more detail to fully understand something. It's always better than guessing incorrectly.
What would you actually say in that situation?
Something like, "I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that for me, please?" Very polite, never impatient.
And do you ever get frustrated customers at the drive-thru?
Occasionally, especially if the line is moving slowly. But I've learned that staying calm and friendly almost always improves the situation.
Improves the situation, makes things better, more positive.
Yes, to improve a situation means to make it better. Staying calm often diffuses tension and turns a frustrated customer into a satisfied one.
Diffuses tension, reduces stress or conflict in a situation, calming things down.
Yes, to diffuse tension means to reduce the intensity of a stressful or difficult moment, usually through calm words or actions.
That's such an important skill, not just for coffee shops, but for life in general.
Absolutely. Customer service teaches you so much about patience and communication.
Let's stop here for a moment.
Important vocabulary about handling challenges. Let's review.
First, highly customized, changed in many specific ways from the standard version.
Second, to repeat back. To restate something exactly. To confirm accuracy.
Third, clarification, additional explanation to make something clearer.
Fourth, to improve the situation. To make things better, more positive.
Fifth, to diffuse tension, to reduce the intensity of a stressful moment.
5 important words. Now let's go back to the conversation and finish the shift.
So after a full morning rush, how does the rest of the shift usually go?
It slows down quite a bit after about 10 in the morning. Things become much more manageable.
Manageable, able to be handled comfortably without feeling overwhelmed?
Yes, manageable describes a workload that's reasonable and controllable, unlike the intensity of the morning rush.
And what do you enjoy most about working the drive-thru specifically?
Honestly, the quick, friendly interactions. Even though each conversation only lasts 30 seconds, you can still brighten someone's morning with a kind word.
Brighten someone's morning? Make someone start to the day happier and more positive?
Yes, to brighten someone's morning means to add a little joy or positivity to the start of their day, even through a small, brief interaction.
That's really lovely. And is there anything about the job that surprised you when you first started?
How physically demanding it is, actually. You're constantly moving, reaching for cups, pressing buttons, stepping to the window, all while talking through the headset.
Physically demanding, requiring a lot of physical effort and movement?
Yes, physically demanding describes work that requires significant bodily effort. Many people don't realize how active a drive-thru job actually is.
That's a great point that people probably don't think about.
Exactly. It looks simple from the customer's side of the window, but there's a lot happening behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, happening in a hidden or less visible way, away from public view?
Yes, behind the scenes describes all the effort and activity that customers never actually see, but that makes the whole experience run smoothly.
That's such valuable insight. Any final advice for someone starting their first drive-thru job?
Practice active listening, stay patient, and remember that a calm, friendly voice can completely change someone's experience, even through a speaker box.
Active listening, fully concentrating on and understanding what someone is saying, rather than just hearing it passively?
Yes, active listening means genuinely focusing on the speaker to fully understand their words, rather than simply letting the sound pass by.
That's wonderful advice for any job, really.
It really is universal, isn't it?
And that's the end of today's listening practice conversation.
What an interesting look behind the counter. We learned about headsets, the rhythm of a busy rush, handling tricky orders, and the surprising physical demands of the job.
And we picked up so much practical workplace English vocabulary along the way.
Let's do a final review of 10 key words from today.
First, headset. Equipment worn on the head with a microphone and earpiece.
Second, background noise. Sounds in the environment other than the main conversation.
Third, to line up. To form an orderly row or queue.
Fourth, a rhythm. A consistent, repeated pattern of actions.
Fifth, to change your mind. To decide something different from what was originally stated.
Sixth, clarification. Additional explanation to make something clearer.
Seventh, to diffuse tension. To reduce the intensity of a stressful moment.
Eighth, to brighten someone's morning. To add a little joy to the start of someone's day.
Ninth, physically demanding, requiring a lot of physical effort and movement.
10th, active listening. Fully concentrating on and understanding what someone is saying.
10 key words. Practice them, and you'll understand American coffee shop culture and workplace English much more deeply.
Whether you're a coffee shop customer or considering working in one yourself, this vocabulary will serve you very well.
Now, one last time, today's question.
In the story, Maya explains the equipment she wears on her head to talk to drive-thru customers. What is this equipment called?
Did you find the answer? Write it in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe to our channel.
We upload new videos every week with slow, clear English for beginners.
Thank you so much for watching Practice English Anytime.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and never be afraid to make mistakes.
Mistakes are how we learn.
See you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.